Alright, I've been using the Sony Linkbuds for a week now, and after about a week, I think I have a good answer for this question. Why did Sony make these? Why would Sony try to be different? What is the real purpose of these, and who are these for? I think that's really the big question out of any product that you're going to buy, especially in tech. You know, you have a consumer product like this. I think having a good answer for that above all else, even tech specs, is really the most important thing to answer. First things first, to sort of set an agenda here, what I really want to do is go over my real world experience. All the tech specs, and most of them will be listed in the description below. I really want to talk about real world usage and practicality here. So, in going over design first, what do I think? Why did Sony decide to design them this way? I would say because they took a page out of the AirPods 3. The number one feedback that the AirPods 3 got, including my feedback of using those, is comfortability and just the fact that there was constant ambient awareness. I sometimes would forget the earbuds are even in and would constantly be using them for audiobooks, podcasts, etc. So when you have that feeling of not having discomfort of ear canal pressure or anything like that, you tend to use the product more. Sure, you're not going to get ANC or passive noise isolation or anything like that. And yeah, I'll talk about sound on the bass side of things where that's going to be lacking compared to other earbuds. But I think that's the number one reason why they designed them this way. So with that being said, what do I think about these little 11mm circular drivers? Now, first judgment was no matter how loud the volume is, ambient noise is going to seep through, especially if I'm in a loud coffee shop, 80 plus decibels, and it's not going to be as good as an experience with passive ANC earbuds. Not the case at all. Sure, you're not going to get the same quality, but I gotta say, these get loud enough and pack enough of a punch where I had no issues with it. I mean, the expectation was there. Where, yeah, you're not gonna silence everything, but it wasn't a disturbance either. Because with music quality, I gotta say, the highs and the mids and overall detail of the music, instrument separation, things like that is absolutely there. I mean, I'm really impressed with how good they do. Now, the thing everyone's gonna ask is, what about bass? Well, although you can EQ the bass as high as you want, you're going to get it more in just volume and a little bit of a punchiness, but you're not going to feel it like you can the XM4 earbuds. If you're concerned about bass and need to fill your music, well, that's what those are going to be for. But as far as loudness, if you care about if these just get loud, absolutely yes they do. And some of the bands I listen to while testing these are Glass Animals, Jason Mraz, Bob Marley, Tool, Rage Against the Machine, Deftones, Meek Mill, and Big Sean's last album. So all the recent music or just anything in that catalog of artists I mentioned is what I listen to the whole time. So for me, with these little earbuds, I underestimated them, but I gotta say, they still kept Sony's sound signature. And them being crisp, packing a punch, and overall just having great detail on the music, regardless of what you're listening to, with the one compromise of the bass. Now let's go over fit of these. Now I'm going to kind of switch my hands here, but as I put them in my ear, first impressions of putting these in my ears was, I know they're not going to be a fit for everybody, unfortunately. The only adjustment you can make to them is the ear wing, the little flap on the end that fits into the other side of your ear, not the ear canal part. But as long as they fit, which I know sounds terrible to say, my favorite thing I noticed right away is how long I was able to keep them in my ears without really noticing them. I mean, obviously right now I know something, I have earbuds on, but there's not that weird suction cup feeling. There's not any earwax that comes on these. Sure, they still get a little dirty with earwax, but not even close to other silicone ear tips, and definitely not as close to how dirty and nasty my XM4 earbuds got with the foam ply, that foam material. Those attracted earwax like crazy. I'm not getting that with these. And sure, they look a little alien in their design. You know, they definitely look foreign. They're obviously not AirPods or anything like that. So if you're concerned about them looking like little golf ball antennas or something in your ears, whatever. I mean, for me, I care more about the experience and comfortability of these and kind of forgetting they're even in my ears. Same experience I had with the AirPods 3 than anything else. So those are the two biggest things I love about the fit. One, they're so snug and lightweight, barely notice they're there. Second, is no earwax, or at least it's very minimal in how it feels and how much they get dirty. All right, now what I want to do is get into my 3 favorite things about the software and overall controls of the earbuds. So you can customize the EQ, right? You can adjust each earbud to your liking of customizing those controls. So I have volume controls, on the right earbud and track controls on the left. So pausing and playing, triple tapping to go forward a track, double tapping for volume up, triple tapping for volume down. But the wide area touch control surface allows your skull, your temple, to be the touch control. Now, why did I like this? It's not just because it's like cool, I can touch the earbud or my temple, but I have gloves on when I garden. So for me, it was my first actual experience of seeing how it would work. So of course it's not going to work. It's not registering it with my finger when I have gloves on the earbud. But I double tapped my temple and boom, it actually turned the volume up. So for me, real world experience, that's why I thought that was cool. I don't know, it might be different for you. Now, next thing is speak to chat. Not many earbuds have speak to chat, but Sony does. And I think it's the highlight of all the software, because what if you're in a relationship, marriage, or you have roommates in your house and you're just listening to your thing in your own zone and they say something to you? Well, it's cool how it pauses the content or music so you don't have to take your earbud out, although it has sensors and it's very accurate. I mean, if I had something playing, it's pretty much instantaneous to where as soon as I take my earbud out, it stops it, I put it back in, it plays it. You don't have to do that with speak to chat. You can adjust how long it would take to play back. I have it at 5 seconds, but that's my second favorite thing. Third favorite thing is the audio volume control. So it doesn't matter if I was in a coffee shop or in my quiet office, wherever I went, I actually tested this, even on a bike ride. On the bike ride, it kind of fluctuated a little too much because I might be driving past some loud cars and then on a quiet part of the trail. But it was still pretty dang accurate to where I had no issues with whatever I was listening to. It's actually kind of crazy how accurate it was. All right, Snap, I know that was actually quite a bit I just covered, but hopefully that really helped with my real world usage and my real experience with them. But let's go over battery life with these. 5.5 hours with the earbuds by themselves, fully charged, and 17.5 with the case. Now, 10 minutes gets you 90 minutes of charge time, and it's an hour and a half to go from fully dead with the earbuds in case to fully charged. No wireless charging, it's USB-C. I wish it was wireless charging just because of the $179 price point. This button on the back is for connectivity purposes in case you want to reconnect a device or connect a new device. No multi-point. So sure, I was able to connect my laptop and it's Bluetooth 5.2. So my phone and laptop, obviously my MacBook connected easy, but no simultaneous switching with them. It has to be manual, unfortunately. So I was hoping for that just in case I wanted to switch between calls because of being in real estate and just business purposes. But speaking of business, let's go over a mic test so you can hear how those sound. All right, microphone test in my quiet office. And this is what it would sound like with the earbuds in, obviously. But what I'm going to do is play ambient noise and let you hear it on the camera mic first. So this is at about 70 to 75 decibels, maybe touching 80. And then now we're going to switch it to the earbuds. So now you're hearing the earbuds in the same volume level, same environment. Test 1, 2, 3. I'll be quiet for a second. All right, I wanted to be quiet so we can hear how much would leak through. So that is the microphone test of the Sony Linkbuds earbuds. Now, with that microphone test, I gotta say these take the crown of anything Sony has come out with their microphones, or at least over the WF and WH-1000XM4 models. Those are way too muted, especially the WH headphones. You can't even hear yourself. It just sounds so muffled. So these did a fantastic job in my experience for what they are. You know, they're not really promoted as business earbuds, but absolutely you can use them for that. Now, what do I think about these overall and who are they for? I would say number one, if you're someone that's very active, and that includes even occupation-wise. So if you're a delivery driver, or you ride your bike or drive your car for door dashing a lot, for example, or Ubering, like anything, I'm just trying to think of professions where like you're constantly on the go, getting interrupted by people or having to interact with people, but there's moments in between where you like to listen to content. That's number one, is if you're very active. And actually, number two on top of that is if you ride your bike a lot, go for walks or runs a lot, and just want to use them for activity-wise, like working out. That's what these are great for, because those are my two experiences. I like to ride my bike to the coffee shop a lot. I work at home in an office, so I'm constantly switching environments. And in those time periods, I never took these out because of the software. So there was, like yesterday, for example, in my office, decided to get up. I was listening to a podcast, didn't even take him out to pack my stuff, get on my bike, take it out of the garage, right to the coffee shop. It took about 2 hours from that point of being in my office to the coffee shop, and I still didn't take him out. Because if I got interrupted or when I needed to order my drink, speak to chat, and auto adjusting of the volume. So I'm sorry, I'm getting really passionate now, so I better end the video. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching this. I love these, definitely recommend. So yeah, that's going to be it for this. Really awkward outro, but stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see y'all on the next one.